Your Kansas City Chiefs have finished their entire 2017 draft. Let's break it down. First off, Patrick Mahomes. We'll come back to that here in just a second. In the second round, out of Villanova. I'll put my glasses on to read it right. I know I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. I just know I am. We look and see here. Out of Villanova, the Chiefs get Tano Casabagnon. 6'7", 289 pounds, 4% body fat. Coming out of Villanova, it's a small school. But he's massive. He's already the biggest defender on the roster. And probably with Jay Howard, since they let him go, he's going to come in and probably take his spot in the 3-4 defensive scheme. We're going to have to see how he grows. A lot of the experts say by his second year, he'll be really good. Just like Patrick Mahomes, baby, in his second year. All right, let's take a look at the third-round draft pick the Kansas City Chiefs got. Running back out of Toledo, Kareem Hunt, 5'10", 216 pounds. Already in this offense, Kansas City Chiefs, this pretty much signals the end of Jamal Charles. I know he's been practicing, trying to rehab for one of the 32 teams to take Jamal Charles. But with Kareem Hunt, now with the Kansas City Chiefs, third-round draft pick out of Toledo. Bye, Jamal. Love you. Thanks for the memories. You're still the best. Kareem Hunt's going to blend right in with Spencer Ware and Chart Kendrick West. You got to like him. He's freaking tremendous back. His strengths. Let's look at his strengths here real quick. Compact body and frame, muscular legs. You love the sound of that. His hips and feet to elude daring defenders in the backfield. Third-round draft pick. Stud. I'm happy we got the guy. All right, let's look at the fourth-round draft pick. What we got here, girl? The Chiefs in the fourth-round set pick Jehu Chesson. Steal the draft, in my opinion. Out of Michigan. He would have been an earlier draft pick if he didn't hurt his knee. He hurt his knee in the 2015 season. He's going to be a stud receiver. He's going to come in and he's going to compete. He's going to come in, and I predict he will take Conley's starting wide receiver position job opposite of Jeremy Maclin. He'll take Conley's job. He'll be the starter by week 2. I got a big $4 bet with my homie Nick Gillespie, who thinks that there's no way Conley loses his position to Chesson. I predict Chesson will have the starting position week 2. That's a $4 bet. I know you guys are thinking, Shaggy, wait a minute, man. You can't go betting $4. That sounds kind of high. I know it does. $4 is a lot of money. But I do believe Chesson will be our starting receiver week 2. Hold me to it, brother Nick Gillespie. All right, let's look at the fifth-round draft pick. Who did the Chiefs get in the first round? Fifth round, the Kansas City Chiefs selected linebacker Yukeem Eligwai. Yukeem Eligwai, safety. Linebacker. And in the sixth round, Leon McQuay, safety out of USC. Those guys are going to have to be special teamers or come right in and do the best they can to play to get a roster spot. Ecstatic draft. History was made. Right now today it's 38 degrees and rainy and cold and sucky here in Kansas City, but there's a smile on the majority of Kansas City Chiefs fans' faces. And I'm sure fans are still sporting a big old smile for John Dorsey as well. You know, I want to get to something that a lot of Chiefs fans have said Friday. A lot of Chiefs fans were happy that the Chiefs predict quarterback, but some were thinking, why didn't we get Deshaun Watson? And fair point, fair question. I want to say that I'm thrilled that we got Mahomes, but when you look at why did Andy Reid pick Patrick Mahomes over Deshaun Watson, I'm going to go with arm strength. I'm going to go with the fact that he's different than Alex Smith. Patrick Mahomes is a different style quarterback than Alex Smith. As to where Deshaun Watson, a lot of the experts and a lot of people thought that Deshaun Watson was a version of Alex Smith that came into the draft in 2005, 12 years ago. People thought Deshaun Watson, he looks like an Alex Smith guy. And if you read a lot of the experts break down Deshaun Watson, they said he's an Alex Smith. He's precise. He doesn't have the arm strength, but he's accurate, and he wins. Where I'll say Deshaun Watson at least won a national championship game. And he's been to 2. So if the Chiefs would have taken Deshaun Watson, I would have been happy. But he's the exact type of quarterback as Alex Smith. Whereas to Patrick Mahomes is the exact opposite. He can gunsling. I'm sure you Chiefs fans have all saw the interviews or saw the video of Patrick Mahomes. You've seen what kind of quarterback he is. John Gruden, who did the interview, he does all the interviews on ESPN, you know that, who interviewed Patrick Mahomes, said somebody's got to trade up and get him. John Gruden is on the Mike Holmgren tree with Andy Reid. You know John Gruden was on the phone saying you got to do whatever it takes to get this Mahomes guy. In an interesting interview I heard on 810 WHB Friday with Bob Glauber, who was the guest of Soren Petro, they were both talking about the same scenario as well, and I want to piggyback on that to those who didn't hear it. If you heard the breakdown of the interview that Andy Reid had with both Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, evidently the interviews that Andy Reid had with Watson and Mahomes were thorough. I heard they were 6 hours long. 6 hours interview that Andy Reid had with Deshaun Watson and 6 hour interview that he had with Patrick Mahomes the next day. Evidently, from what I'm hearing, that on the chalkboard, Mahomes was a little bit better. Is that a slam on Deshaun Watson? No, because Deshaun Watson can come in and he'll probably get to play some this year because the Texans quarterback situation is so bad. Deshaun Watson probably will get to play more, and he'll probably win with that defense. Get him the ball. Don't be surprised if the Texans win this year with Deshaun Watson. But in the overall view, Patrick Mahomes, I feel, is a better quarterback who can come in and take advantage of receivers that the Chiefs have getting down the field. And in my opinion, he's taken the Chiefs to the Super Bowl. Sometime between 2018 and 2030, as I said Thursday in my euphoric excitement, Patrick Mahomes has taken the Chiefs to some Super Bowls. I have no doubt. But to the point of why he picked Andy Reid picking Mahomes over Deshaun Watson, I think his interview floored two things. I think his interview floored Andy Reid along with his arm strength and his overall upside. But he's the opposite. And another thing, he's the opposite of Alex Smith as to where Deshaun Watson is an Alex Smith. I'm not slamming Deshaun Watson, but I'm just saying he's the same kind of quarterback. And I'm going to trust Andy Reid in his thorough breakdown with Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. I'm going to trust Andy Reid on picking him, having him be the guy, because in Brett Favre's Hall of Fame speech last year, he thanked two coaches for helping him with his NFL career, Mike Holmgren and Andy Reid. Brett Favre thanked those two coaches, and that speaks freaking volumes. I know Andy Reid does some things. He's got poor clock management sometimes. And in the game against Oakland last year, I was critical. Even though it worked, he called a play at the goal line where it was a backwards pass to Dontari Poe in the rain. Poe caught the ball and scored a touchdown in a crucial drive. If Poe drops that ball, the Raiders recover, then it's hard to say that I would be critical of Dontari Poe for dropping that pass because of the fact it was a crazy play call. But it worked. So why am I snickering? But again, love the draft, love the picks, love the Mahomes jersey I'm going to get. I don't know if he's going to be number 1 or number 4. Hopefully Cairo Santos gives him number 5 if Mahomes wants it. Right now, Patrick Mahomes is leaning to taking the number 4 jersey. I don't care if he's number 99. I'm getting a Mahomes jersey. I love this team. I'm so thrilled that John Dorsey traded up and Clark Hunt and Andy Reid did their due diligence on picking these kids because the sky's the limit for Patrick Mahomes. He's a winner, and he's going to take us to numerous Super Bowls. I'm so freaking happy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an exciting time to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. This is an exciting time to break it down, the Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, and last week, we're not going to boo Alex Smith this year because Patrick Mahomes is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs starting quarterback next year. I know Alex Smith has 2 years left on his contract, but there's no way in hell There's no way in hell that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to jump up 17 spots and surrender a number 1 draft pick in next year's draft to have Mahomes sit for 2 seasons. Nope. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to have Patrick Mahomes be their quarterback in the 2018 season to be their starter. Take it to the bank. Patrick Mahomes, if he would have went back for his senior year, he's 21, he came out after his junior year. If Mahomes would have went back for next year, he would have been the number 1 overall pick in next year's draft. So it's a good thing the Chiefs got him now, because he would have been number 1 overall in next year's draft. And Mahomes has got 12 months of learning the NFL offense behind Alex Smith, Andy Reid, Charles Nagy, and the entire offense. He's going to learn how to be a quarterback in the National Football League. And that's awesome. That's what we want. He's got a 12-month head start. Right now, he's behind Tyler Bray and Alex Smith on the depth chart. Tyler Bray is going to be thinking, son of a bitch, man. All right. He's not going to want to show Mahomes very much, because he's been coming to Chiefs Arrowhead Drive for, the last 4 years watching Alex Smith. So he'll show him. I mean, who am I going to say? I'm not going to say Tyler Bray's not going to show him. That's unfair. I shouldn't have said that comment. But what I'm saying is Tyler Bray is going to do everything in his power to not let Mahomes pass him on the depth chart until it eventually happens. But Mahomes is our future. He'll be second string come August. It's going to be fun to watch the preseason games now, because you know Mahomes is going to get a ton of snaps in preseason. Mahomes is going to get a ton of snaps in preseason, running around with those second, third string offensive linemen, tight ends, and receivers. So we're going to see Mahomes in the preseason. That's going to be fun to watch. And we're going to come up to St. Joe. We're going to break it down. We're going to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. Are you kidding me? Mahomes is going to have a crowd cheering his name, wearing his jersey number, whenever one it is. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be an exciting time to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Until, we're going to have to see what moves happen throughout the rest of this week and throughout next month. Whatever moves happen, I think it's going to be added depth to the roster. Like I said, in 2013, the Kansas City Chiefs added Tyler Bray, who was undrafted. Look for some more undrafted players to be happening right now. Right now, it's just shortly after 6 here in Kansas City. So look and see if there's going to be more players that are going to be added. But until next time, look forward to, I want to hook up with Nick Gillespie, my homie. We're going to break down some Kansas City Chiefs moves in the early June. Usually in June, beginning of June, there's some cuts. There hasn't been very many June 1st cuts in the last several years, but sometimes teams want to make some cuts June 1st because it help out their salary cap. So let's look and see if the Chiefs make any moves after the June 1st deadline. I'll be breaking it down with Nick Gillespie. I want to thank Lance Twidwell of The Spoken. Check him out. He'll be breaking down all the moves as well. It's been an awesome time to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Patrick Mahomes, welcome to Kansas City. We love you. Until any more moves take place, Shaggyshane will have you covered. Until I sit down with Nick Gillespie after the June 1st cuts, this is Shaggyshane saying, go Chiefs.